Hey, Karen Pattock here, creator of the wildly successful Step Into More Profits program. And in today's Karen Pattock TV episode, I'm sharing the secret to achieving your goals and how you can start using this technique today. Stay tuned. Welcome to the show that shares the latest tips and strategies for promoting and profiting online. So, did you ever set a goal that you never achieved? How about a goal that is connected to your online business? If I'm being honest, it used to happen to me all of the time. It wasn't because I didn't try, instead it was because I was setting too many goals. I don't know if that was my issue. Maybe it's my type A overachiever personality, but it was true nonetheless. Needless to say, I needed to come up with a better way to set goals that kept me focused and would help me ensure that I reached the finish line. So I have found a technique that is working really well for me, and I knew that if it was working in my business, I had to share it with you. So think of each goal that you set like painting a picture. The first thing you need to establish is what your end goal is. Are you painting a landscape or a portrait? Will you paint in color or use shades of black, gray, and white? What type of canvas material will you use? You need to know the answers to these questions before you begin, or you may end up with a very abstract painting that doesn't have a designated flow. Make sense? There is this great tool that I was introduced to early in my business. It's called the Principle of Setting SMART Goals. So let's talk about what the SMART acronym means. The S is for specific goals. So specific goal objectives should address the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Make sure the goal specifies what needs to be done with a time frame for completion. Use action verbs like create, design, develop, implement, produce. An example of this would be publish a newsletter once per week that will be distributed on Thursday mornings. Now the M is for measurable. A measurable goal should include numeric or descriptive measures that define quantity, quality, or cost. How else would you know if you've been successful? Focus on elements such as measurable quantity and not activities. So an example of this would be increase your email list by at least 25 people per week with an annual increase of no less than 1,300 people. The A is for achievable. Now, an achievable goal should be within your control and influence. A goal may be a stretch, but it has to be feasible. Is the goal achievable with your available resources? Is the goal achievable within the time frame originally outlined? So an example of this is increase your email list by at least 25 people per week with an annual increase of no less than 1,300 people. Now the R is for relevant. A relevant goal should be relevant to your current situation. Why is the goal important? How will the goal help you achieve your objectives? Develop goals that move your business forward. So an example of this is a stay-at-home mom with 3 children ranging in age from 6 months to 8. And she can commit 12 hours per week to her business. It would be unrealistic for this mom to say that she's going to commit 40 hours per week because of her current situation. She has 3 children, right? Under 8. So the T is for time-bound. Time-bound objectives should identify a definite target date for completion and or frequency for specific action steps that are important for achieving the goal. Incorporate specific dates, calendar milestones, or timeframes that are relative to your big picture goal. So an example of this is publish a newsletter once per week that will be distributed on Thursday mornings. This goal is very time specific. It says that a newsletter will be published once per week, and it states that it will be delivered on Thursday mornings. Very specific, right? So now let's talk about your action items for today's episode. I encourage you to draft and commit to one very specific goal for your business right now. Don't wait, okay? Now is the time for action. Use the parameters outlined today to set SMART goals that will make your journey as a rockstar online entrepreneur soar. Now, this episode of Karen Pattock TV has proudly been sponsored by the Step Into More Profits program, a step-by-step system for monetizing your online presence. And you can learn more about this program by going to stepintomoreprofits.com. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you soon on another episode of Karen Pattock TV. Have a great week.